The Atlantic Ocean, December 1872. A vast, unforgiving expanse, capable of swallowing ships and their secrets whole. But sometimes it delivers a mystery, not by destruction, but by an eerie, unsettling preservation. Imagine a ship, perfectly sound, sails partially set, cruising calmly. No storm on the horizon, no distress signal. Yet when another vessel approaches, no one answers. No crew, no captain, just an empty deck and a chilling, profound silence. This is the enduring image of the Mary Celeste. The brigantine Mary Celeste, laden with 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, departed New York on November 7, 1872, bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7, all experienced sailors, trusted individuals. 28 days later, over 600 miles west of Gibraltar, she was sighted by the Canadian brigantine Dei Gratia. Captain David Morehouse, a friend of Briggs, immediately noticed something amiss. The Mary Celeste was sailing erratically, her jibs and fore topsail set, but seemingly unattended. A boarding party from the Dei Gratia, led by First Mate Oliver Devoe, found the ship utterly deserted. No sign of struggle, no distress, just an overwhelming absence. The last entry in the logbook was dated November 25th, 10 days prior, placing the vessel near Santa Maria Island in the Azores. What happened in those 10 days remains the heart of the enigma.
I found the ship deserted. There was no one on board. The rigging was in disarray and a boat was missing. The chronometer and sextant were gone. The compass was broken.
The popular retelling of the Mary Celeste is woven from these unsettling facts, then embellished by time and imagination. The ship was supposedly found with a half-eaten meal on the table, still warm tea, and neatly folded clothes and cabins. These details, though dramatic, were largely journalistic additions, designed to heighten the mystery. Over the decades, the Mary Celeste became the archetypal ghost ship, inspiring countless tales of phantom crews, alien abductions, and sea monsters. Some legends suggested the crew simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the echo of their presence, caught between worlds.
This is where the story truly deviates from verifiable history. The human mind abhors a vacuum, and when faced with an unexplained absence, it will invent a narrative, often a supernatural one. The half-eaten meal and warm tea details, while compelling, were fabrications introduced by later writers, most notably Arthur Conan Doyle in his fictionalized account of the ship. They serve to intensify the sense of sudden, inexplicable disappearance, precisely because the mundane truth wasn't nearly as dramatic.
The sheer intactness of the ship, combined with the inexplicable absence of its crew, created a perfect canvas for the supernatural. It's a compelling example of how a mysterious event can transform into a cultural myth, reflecting humanity's primal fear of the unknown.
The reality, as painstakingly pieced together by the Gibraltar Vice Admiralty Court inquiry, painted a less sensational but equally perplexing picture. The Mary Celeste was brought into Gibraltar by a salvage crew from the Dei Gratia. The court, led by Attorney General Frederick Sully Flood, began a rigorous investigation, skeptical of Captain Morehouse's story and even suspecting foul play for the lucrative salvage claim.
The ship has evidently been abandoned for some time. I cannot help but believe there has been something amiss.
Records show several crucial documents
housing the ship's compass was dislodged and damaged, and the chronometer and sextant were gone. Crucially, a good length of the ship's rigging, used to brace the forepeak halyards, was up and dangling overboard, seemingly used as a tow line. What the inquiry didn't find were signs of violence, no bloodstains, no bullet holes, no forced entry. The cargo of raw alcohol barrels was largely intact, though 9 barrels in the hold were found empty. This detail would prove vital.
The inquiry's findings systematically dismantle the more sensational claims. There was no sudden vanishing act mid-meal. What it reveals is a desperate, swift, but deliberate evacuation. The missing chronometer and sextant point to an attempt to navigate from the yawl. The cut rigging used as a tow rope suggests the crew intended to stay tethered to the Mary Celeste. This analytical framing allows us to move beyond the myth and reconstruct a more plausible chain of events, focusing on practical maritime concerns rather than supernatural intervention. The question shifts from how did they vanish to why did they make the decision to leave the perceived safety of their ship?
The most widely accepted theory today centers on a combination of mechanical failure and human panic. The Mary Celeste's cargo was highly volatile, raw alcohol. It's thought that some barrels, being made of red oak, were semi-porous, allowing alcohol vapor to leak and accumulate in the hold. A faulty pump could have exacerbated this. A sudden violent burp or minor explosion of these fumes, enough to make a loud noise, perhaps blow off a hatch, but not enough to seriously damage the ship or ignite the cargo, could have terrified Captain Briggs. Faced with the immediate danger of a catastrophic explosion, and possibly experiencing a minor one, he may have ordered an emergency evacuation.
The crew would have lowered the yawl, taking the essential navigational instruments and the logbook. They then tethered themselves to the Mary Celeste with the broken rigging, waiting for the perceived danger of an explosion to pass. The ship's open hatches would have cleared the fumes, and once the air was safe, they intended to reboard. But the weather, though calm when the Dei Gratia found them, could have shifted rapidly. A squall, a sudden swell, or a snap of the improvised tow rope could have separated the small yawl from the much larger brigantine. Unable to catch up, or perhaps capsizing in rougher seas, the crew and passengers of the Mary Celeste would have been lost.
What historians still dispute are the precise trigger for the evacuation and the exact circumstances of their demise. Was it a real explosion or merely a terrifying sound and smell? Was the pump truly faulty? No definitive proof for any of these exists, only strong circumstantial evidence. However, this theory stands as the most coherent and supported by the documented facts, requiring no supernatural explanation.
It reveals a commonality in maritime history. Even experienced sailors under extreme pressure and in a volatile environment can make a series of decisions that, while rational in the moment, lead to unforeseen tragedy. The human element, combined with the unpredictable power of the sea, often proves more compelling than any ghost story.
The Mary Celeste continued to sail under different names for many years after her infamous discovery, dogged by her cursed reputation, until she was deliberately scuttled off the coast of Haiti in 1885 in an insurance fraud scheme. A sad, inglorious end for a ship forever etched in legend. The enduring mystery of the Mary Celeste is not that she was a ghost ship, but that she was so nearly rescued, so tantalizingly close to revealing her secrets. Her story reminds us that even in an era of rapidly advancing technology and scientific understanding, the vastness of the ocean and the frailty of human life upon it could still conjure an enigma more powerful and enduring than any specter